Right, so you're probably wondering what the heck's happening with AirPods Max 2, because it's been nearly 3 years since the OG pair released, and well, finally, we have some sort of idea as to when we can expect it to release, so let's delve into it. So Mark Gurman in a recent report has outlined what kind of upgrades we can expect with the AirPods range in the next year or so. And well, it's really going to be one major upgrade, which is Type-C. Now obviously they're not implementing this because they want to, they're being mandated by a government to implement this. And so now that AirPods Pro 2 have them, Gurman says we can expect the regular AirPods and AirPods Max to get this in 2024. And by the way, would like to remind you guys, like this video and subscribe for more content like this, it would be appreciated. Now that's all he says because it's Gurman and he's the king of being very, very vague. However, I doubt what Gurman is referring to are the existing AirPods Max with a simple USB-C refresh. I know that's literally what Apple did with AirPods Pro, but remember those were updated in 2022, so of course Apple was not going to give us a third generation AirPods Pro this soon, and so updating the case with a new port did make sense. However, we are about to cross 3 years since the OG AirPods Max released, and so this Type-C refresh should have other upgrades. I guess I'm more surprised we're not getting this refresh later this year because AirPods usually have a 3-year cycle, but I guess because consumers are not spending right now and they're not going to rush out to splurge on $500 headphones, Apple's pushing back the release. So unfortunately, there's going to be an even longer wait for these. Now, as to when we could see them in 2024, I honestly have no idea because the OG model themselves randomly released one day in December. So really guys, we could see them release whenever. It could be during a spring event, WWDC, the September event, the October event, or a random day via press release. Either way guys, I'm just praying it's as soon as possible and we get this during the spring because we have heard new Macs and iPads could be launching during that period. However, I do want to mention that credible source Min-Chi Kuo goes against what I just said and says we can expect shipments in the second half of 2024 or the first half of 2025. Yikes. So yes, there's gonna be a bit of a wait guys, but will it be worth it? What kind of upgrades can we expect? Well, you don't exactly need a source to work this out because the main aim with AirPods Max 2 is to catch up with the competition and more specifically catch up with AirPods Pro 2 because those cheaper headphones are now better than the Maxes in several aspects. Yes, you pay less and you get more features because clearly that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, the first change I would expect is better sound. This is a very simple thing that any company does with a new pair of headphones. And remember that Apple gave AirPods Pro 2 new drivers, and everyone raved about the sound quality improvements. And yes, I know AirPods Max already sound excellent, but further extending their lead in this department is always going to be appreciated. And considering they have more space to work with on the Maxes because they're much bigger headphones, I think we can expect new drivers for better audio in these. Also, AirPods Max don't have a custom high dynamic range amplifier that AirPods Pro 2 and also the regular AirPods now have with their recent refreshes, so expect Apple to chuck that in as well. Another thing AirPods Pro 2 upgraded was ANC, which again, I do think AirPods Max are going to adopt, along with adaptive transparency mode to protect your ears from harsh sounds around your environment. I would also expect the conversation boost feature AirPods Pro to have. It's very handy and I'm frankly quite surprised AirPods Max did not offer them in the first place because even the first gen Pros support that. So yeah, the Maxes are missing out on a ton of features. H2 should also be here, which means you get the shorter Siri phrase because apparently that absolutely needs H2 to work. And also we should get the new adaptive audio mode on AirPods Pro. That's frankly a game changer guys. This mode basically modifies the volume of what's playing based on what's around you and your interactions throughout the day. So for example, when I'm talking to someone, the media automatically becomes quieter and when I stop talking, it resumes back to the normal level, and that guys is absolutely incredible. It's Apple innovation at its best, and I'm hoping the Maxes get this. Now, one thing I do wonder if Apple's going to give us is water and sweat resistance. Now, why I'm unsure is because AirPods Max are not really made for workouts, and that's the sole reason headphones usually have IP ratings. These bad boys are very heavy, and so I'm not sure many are going to wear them in the gym. However, there is a condensation issue the current pair are facing, so maybe to protect the internal components, they have no choice but to give this some sort of IP rating, because nobody wants their very expensive $500 pair of headphones to randomly stop working because of a bloody design flaw. Another upgrade I would expect is better endurance. I'm pretty sure the H2 alone should improve the endurance by at least 1 to 2 hours, and this is an area where AirPods Max could massively improve, because while they are better than other AirPods, which seems impressive on paper, you then realize that's because they're bigger headphones, and so naturally that makes sense. And comparing it to other headphones on the market of a similar size like the Sony XM5s, they do fall a little short. Specifically, it's offering 10 hours less of endurance, so it's time Apple matches the competition in this aspect. The next thing I'm sure many absolutely want to see is a better case. Everyone basically agreed on the fact the original pair had a shockingly horrific smart case that offered no protection whatsoever to the headphones. How has Apple created the first case in the world that doesn't do the job of a case? Anyways, there thankfully has been patents of a more traditional case in the works, so I'm praying Timothy comes to his senses and we get that with the AirPods Max 2. And since Apple is Apple and they want magnets to be in everything, the patent does mention it's going to be held together using magnetic mating strips instead of a zipper traditional cases have. Because you just know Apple can't give us a traditional case. No, it has to be something special so they can justify the high price. So they're gonna chuck in a ton of magnets, and it's probably going to be made of the fancy fine woven material they just gave us with the iPhone cases. Now, the digital crown undoubtedly was a fantastic addition to the OG Maxes, but some of you might not know this. The original plan was actually to include touch sensors, similar to what Sony does with their headphones. So we could see that change here with the second gen Maxes, though I think it's unlikely considering everyone loves the crown. And let's be honest, touch sensors can be a little finicky to use, and actually considering Apple's going all in on gestures with recent products like the Vision Pro and the Apple Watch Series 9, I could one day see that being the main way to interact with the Maxes, in which case you're gonna seem like a madman doing this on the streets, trying to control your music. Nice! Anyways, Bluetooth 5.3 is something we can expect. We did just see the new USB-C AirPods randomly gain lossless, so the new Maxes should also get this. But let's now get to the biggest issue by far with the Maxes, which was the price. I know Apple tax is a thing, but these are frankly way too expensive, and most could not justify the price. I'm not selling my kidneys for a pair of headphones. Now, thankfully, via third parties, the price did become cheaper, with sales often at $350, which should have been the original price. So let's pray the second gen Maxes are cheaper and they drop down to $499 or $449. Finally, let's talk about colors. We of course can expect some new shades. Apple's very random with their color choices, so it's hard to predict what we're going to see, but I would personally like to see an orange pair, because just imagine how cool you'd be with orange AirPods Maxes. That would look sweet. Whatever you do, Apple, just give us bold, saturated colors, please, because I've low-key had enough of the pastel shades. I mean, apparently, according to Apple, this is blue. Are you being serious? This is blue. Please, just give us proper shades. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. And thank you for watching.